Hello, Mike Fitzpatrick here, and I'm going to go over a presentation that I did at the Spring 2010 Digital Dealer in Orlando. And the title of the presentation was WordPress, the automotive website of the future. I want to just go through the slides real quick because I think this is a really important topic right now. WordPress is becoming even more powerful than it was this time in the spring. So I'm doing this video. It is now November of 2010, so about 7 months have passed, and I've got another presentation that I just did at Digital Dealer 9 in Las Vegas as a follow-up to this. So I wanted to start with this one. So why is WordPress the automotive website of the future? First of all, I want to cover what is WordPress, the difference between WordPress.com and WordPress.org. What is open source? Very important to know. What are the benefits of WordPress? How to utilize the power of WordPress to get the best out of your marketing dollars. Okay, so starting with what is WordPress. First of all, WordPress, if you go to the WordPress.org site and click around, you'll see that they have a little blurb that WordPress is a state-of-the-art publishing platform with a focus on aesthetics, web standards, and usability. WordPress is both free and priceless at the same time, and you'll soon see how true that is. Then one of the concepts of WordPress is themes. So in other words, a theme is kind of a skin on a site. It's what you see as far as the colors, the fonts, the layout. It's really the cosmetics of a site. As of, again, spring 2010, there was 1,179 themes that were downloaded 14 million times. This is very important as I show you how that's evolved in the next video. It's amazing how fast this is growing. Then there's plugins. Plugins are widgets, they're tools, they're Facebook plugins, Twitter plugins, they're how to put video on your site. Plugins that top marketers in the industry use to integrate their email marketing and much, much more. So as of spring 2010, there was 9,055 plugins that had been downloaded over 84 million times. This is phenomenal how fast this is growing, and again, you'll see that in the next video. The other thing I want to cover is the .com versus .org. First of all, .com is a hosted solution. It's quick, it's easy. You can actually go right to WordPress.com and set up your own blog or website, but you don't host it and you don't have control of it. You got to be careful what you do, what you say. They can take it down at any time. Content you could export, but pretty sticky as far as how you can control that. You always want control whenever you can, at least. .org is what you pay for hosting. It's what they call a self-hosted solution. You can do it on GoDaddy, Bluehost, hundreds of hosting solutions out there that are really easy for you to download the software and put it right on their hosting you can get from $50 a year to $200 a year, depending on what type of hosting you want and how robust you want that hosting. The $50 a year is more than ample for most sites, though. So what is open source? WordPress is set up on an open source platform, and what open source is a way to create free software. Multiple programmers from around the world contribute to the software. On the Open Source Initiative website, you'll see their definition as open source is a development method for software that harnesses the power of distributed peer review and transparency of process. The promise of open source is better quality, higher reliability, more flexibility, lower cost, and an end to predatory vendor lock-in. So by being free and the ability to get a developer from anywhere in the world to help work on your site or microsite, open source is a very, very powerful concept, and it's just exploding right now around the world. So the benefits of WordPress, right out of the box, you're going to be able to have a site with a full content management system and a dashboard very similar to what you're seeing here. And this dashboard, you can do a lot of different things. You can create posts. Posts are normally used for blog posts, but now that WordPress has evolved even more even since spring 2010, posts are being used for a lot of different things because the way that it archives information is very significant. It's phenomenal for SEO. So right from a dashboard, you can edit a post, you can add new posts, create tags and categories of those posts, again, to archive them better, make it easy for navigation. Media, you've got a media library built right into your site. So you can upload video, you can upload pictures, audio files, pretty much anything you want. Some configuration sometimes is necessary for that, and you've got to make sure you've got a host that'll allow, especially the video. But for the most part, just images are phenomenal to be able to upload and have right on your site. You can create links and in link categories. You'll see on a lot of sites and blogs on the side, they'll have what they call a blog roll. And that's just one of the ways you can add links to a site. Next one is pages. This is the static pages on your site. So an About Us page, a service page, pretty much anything that you want your site to be about that, when somebody comes back, that content's there every time, you'd create a page around that. Comments, obviously, comments are for a blog post. If you can moderate your comments right from the back end. Appearance, this is where the themes come in. I mentioned themes before. You can actually upload themes right into the back end. Add widgets. There's an editor. Depending on if you've built the site or somebody else built the site and how much access you have, you can go in and actually change the HTML code and PHP code right on the parent site. You can add new themes, and in this particular case, we've got the Car Dealer Press theme built into this backend. Plugins, you can install new plugins. Look at the ones you already have, edit the ones that you have. Phenomenally powerful stuff. Okay, you can do a search. In this case, I'm doing Twitter. Just because Twitter obviously is a big thing. We want to know, what kind of plugins can you put on your site that are about Twitter. You do your search, you click install, and there you have it. You just added a Twitter plugin to your site. It could be a Twitter stream that you see on a lot of sites. It could be how many Twitter followers you have. There's so many different plugins for especially the social sites right now that are extremely powerful. And you don't have to wait for a vendor to build it. There's programmers around the world adding these plugins at the rate of about 10 a day. Just amazing stuff. So the next one is users. You can actually control the users. So if you want to have different users throughout the dealership that have different authorization, a used car manager handles used car ads on the site via post. You've got an internet director, or you are the internet director, and you want to handle certain things. You've got a marketing agency that you want to give access to add content to pages and posts. You can add users and delete users right in the back end system. Tools, just some different things here. Import, export, so you can actually move your content of your blog and back it up, which is a great idea. You always want to back up, and it has an export tool built right in. And then there's settings, and then WP Tap is actually a mobile plugin. Just FYI, that is one of the other really cool things about WordPress. There's probably 20 or 30 very, very good plugins for making your site a mobile site, and those are always evolving, so you'll always be up on the most recent technology when it comes to just about anything, including mobile. So the power of WordPress as a marketing machine. One of the things that you get a lot of questions are how can I use it? I've got my own already have a main website. How can I use it? So WordPress can be used at all three phases of the marketing funnel. You can market your prospects in sales, service, and parts in each aspect of that funnel. Starting off at the awareness end, where you're actually just branding yourself. You can create blogs and satellite sites and websites that create value for your customers when they aren't buying. You can have how to change the oil type of a site, service recommendations, all the different things that your customers want to know while they aren't buying a car. It's extremely important that you're giving to your community. And in the follow-up video, you're going to see even more on how this ties together with the social sites, the Facebook and the Twitter and the Flickr and YouTube. I think are the four that are really going to tie together in that next video. So you'll see how you can communicate your message and your brand to your customers where they reside using your WordPress site or blog or social site or satellite site as your main hub. Okay. Research. You can create sites and satellite sites that are geared towards research. So when your consumers are actually out there looking to buy a car or looking to find out where they want to service their vehicle, they can do research and find your sites. And if you give them good, valuable information, they're going to remember you when they're ready to buy a car. So at that consideration phase, when they're not sure what to buy or how to go about buying, you can give them that content and information. Then when it comes down to the purchase phase and it's time for your customer to actually buy a car, you can have blogs and satellite sites and even your own website, your main website, and have content so you can help your customer choose your dealership. Because let's face it, at the time they're ready to buy, they know what they want. All they want to know is who to buy it from, who's going to take the best care of them and why. So if you're at the awareness, the consideration, and the purchase phase with sites that have content that are relevant to each segment there, you are going to earn that customer's business, and they're going to keep coming back to you, and they're going to keep coming back to your sites that you've built that have that information. A couple example sites that are out there that are on WordPress. One of the things I like to point out is, WordPress right now has over 200 million websites in the world, and it's probably well over that. That was a number that I picked up in April of 2010, and I'm sure it's well over that. It was 65 million just in the United States alone at that point. About 12% of the top 1 million sites in the world run on WordPress, including sites like CNN. Okay, so very, very robust solution. Here's one from Ford, the Ford story. This we all know what Ford's done with their internet marketing, with their social marketing, with Scott Monty and their team over there. This is a site that they did for the Ford story. It's on a WordPress site. Here's another one, just as an example, a used car Indiana site. You can have a link out to all of your review sites and have it a keyword-rich type of a URL. You can market your used cars very specifically. You could have a come see my new car every time somebody buys a new car. This is a very viral type of thing where every time you sell a car, you take a video of that customer with their new car, put it up on the site, send them an email, and then give them the ability to share that with their friends in their community. Very viral. You can, again, build that trust over time and participate in the consumer's purchase. It's a big purchase. They're excited about it. Participate in that excitement, and I think you go a long way. Then congruency in advertising. One of the big things with this is if you're doing an ad on an ad campaign, and that ad campaign is Monster Sale, for example, and you're putting it on the radio, and you've got it on TV, and you're doing all the traditional marketing. You've got a billboard ad. You're putting it in banner ads in your internet marketing. You want it when a customer comes to your site, you want to make sure that they see the same thing that they've been hearing and seeing everywhere else. It just lends itself to a much higher conversion rate. And then you can do something like this where you actually just change your site a little bit, put slides up, move the slides to the top, put a banner on the background, and when somebody comes to your site after all that traditional advertising and they see Monster Sale, they know they're at the right place and they're not going to go somewhere else just in case they missed it. So that's the power of WordPress. There are millions of WordPress sites out there, like I mentioned. Start just browsing around. Look at other ideas. There's so many things out there. So many internet marketers, professional internet marketers, are making millions of dollars every year using the tools in WordPress. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call at Dealer Trend. Have a great day.